guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. You guys have been asking me how I'm going with my low buy year and how I've dealt with buying less designer bags. You'd think that it would be very easy for me because I have like over 20 designer bags, and to be honest, you would be right. Like, I already have a lot of designer bags, so why the heck would I still feel like the urge to buy more? I think it's because I really got addicted to buying designer bags, and there's something about designer bags that gives me a real thrill. Maybe because they're so expensive, I have no idea. Maybe because they have this history to them. Maybe I just love hunting them on the pre-loved market. I also have been really obsessed with Hermes, and I'm one of these people who really hyperfixates on things. I don't know, I just get really carried away, obviously, and over the past few years I have been collecting Hermes bags, and it's reached a point where I don't want to continue to spend, you know, $5,000 here, $10,000 there. It just doesn't seem necessary given how many bags I've already bought, and I could use that money towards holidays, other things in my life, or perhaps just one very special bag, because let's be honest guys, I'm never going to stop buying bags, but I do think I've been buying a little bit much over the past few years. So what have I been buying instead of handbags to help with my shopping urges? Well, let me just tell you today guys, because I'm going to admit I find it really hard to completely stop shopping. There are things you can do to wean yourself off shopping, to detox, and it is a bit of an addiction, and I do get so much happiness out of shopping. I just absolutely love it, and it's not something that I completely want to delete from my life. I think I just love buying pretty things and researching them and finding out about them, and I love finding bargains as well, which, yeah, that can be a good and a bad thing in a way. So first thing that I've been really obsessed with this year, which I've mentioned a few times, is like pottery and glassware. And this is like a category of items that I can see myself getting really into. My mum actually used to collect like glassware, like from Costa Boda, and like maybe more like local artisans who make these like glass vases and little cups and things. And I found myself starting to research about different glassware and, you know, start collecting it myself. And I really found a lot of joy out of going to the thrift store and finding like vases from different eras. I loved like taking pictures of the vase on Google image search and then finding more about the item. The other day I went to the thrift store and I found a 1960s vase of this like lady, and her eyes were closed and she had these like gorgeous eyelashes. And I searched the vase and it was like selling for like $400. But this particular thrift store was selling it for 95 Australian dollars. Because it was $95 at the thrift store, I'm like, seriously, like, I think that's a bit of a rip-off. But yeah, I didn't buy it, but I do try and find like little gems like that, things that could be worth like, you know, $500, like $200, but it's like 20 cents, that sort of thing. I find a real thrill out of finding those special pottery pieces and like glassware. And I was really into these Costa Boda lipsticks and nail art things, and a particular artist did these, I don't know if it was like in the 90s or something. I actually have to do more research, but I really wanted to collect them, and I came across a nail polish in the thrift store for $20, which I was so excited about because at David Jones they sell them for $135 or something, and I've picked up a few on eBay for like $30, $20. Yeah, really good deals. So I've been really into collecting glassware, finding out about different eras, and like, I guess sometimes you find things from artists that maybe they just made, like, you know, maybe they're not famous or anything, but they're just cool things to look at. And I don't necessarily want to collect these things to the point where I'm hoarding it or it's taking over. Everything has a place. Once all the places are occupied, well, yeah, I don't want it to take over either. But I've really been enjoying looking at these things and collecting them. Next thing that I've really liked getting into is Jellycat, which honestly is a bit of a useless addiction, but I will say that when I feel the real urge to buy a handbag that's like over $2,000, I buy a Jellycat and my urge goes away to buy the bag. So I would say, you know, you can see by the amount of Jellycats I have been really urging to buy a bag. And I know it seems a bit extreme, but I mean, are you surprised guys? Like, look how many bags I bought over the years. So it's hard not buying bags. I mean, first world problems here, but yeah, I guess like when you're alone by yourself and you look at these things and bags and you have a habit of scrolling, it can be easy to get sucked in, and particularly because I love watching YouTube and I love watching other YouTubers unbox things, you know, I just get that little itch to buy something sometimes. And I find that the Jellycat addiction, well, I guess it kind of feeds that like inner child in me. I love seeing their stupid faces. They just have such a sense of humor to them. I also think that they're super creative, and there's a whole Jellycat community of like people who are literally my age collecting Jellycats, which I find so hilarious. And they actually really are collectible as well, because a lot of Jellycats I've bought have gone up a lot in value because like people collect them like Pokemon cards, and they retire and they get new ones, and you can dress them up in little outfits. And yeah, I just really get into the Jellycat. So I would say it's a much more affordable addition than handbags, you know, although Jellycats aren't cheap. Yeah, I've been really loving the Jellycats lately. The other thing that I found really calming if I feel a little bit stressed is I love putting on my putting some essential oils through the air, and I've just been enjoying having a nice smelling atmosphere. So, you know, I love the diffuser sticks or nice candles, something smelly. I know it sounds really cliche, but it really helps make me feel like I have a really romantic life if I surround myself with like very calming scents. And I know that different scents kind of make you feel different ways, and yeah, I have a few, like I think like peppermint smells really nice and calming, you know, citrus can also smell really nice, and yeah, I do have quite a few perfumes as well, but just, you know, the essential oils give you that more natural feeling in your home. I found that really nice to buy as well. Flowers, I've been loving buying flowers, particularly dried flower arrangements, because they last a lot longer and they can really brighten up a room. And yeah, there's something about flowers, again, very cliche, but I think it's really nice to just have a nice bouquet of flowers sometimes if you feel a little bit sad. And indoor plants, again, super cliche, but I've been getting into the plants lately, and plants don't have to be that expensive either, but they can really bring a bit of a natural look into your home. And it just, I think if you like surround yourself with plants, sometimes it makes you feel a lot calmer. And I have heard if you tell your problems to it like a tree, you feel much better. And I find that especially with going for walks and exercising, I feel much calmer if I do it around a tree or nature. Again, that sounds like really lame, but I think if you're stressed or angry or whatever you have happening in your life, definitely going out and surrounding yourself with nature really helps. But if you can't get outside, I think having indoor plants can have a similar effect. Lately, I felt a bit guilty to buy these Hello Kitty Crocs because I was just like, this is just such a silly thing to buy. But I've been allowing myself to buy those cute little silly things more, because since I'm not buying designer handbags, I could treat myself to like the little silly things in life. So I've been really enjoying wearing my Hello Kitty Crocs in the garden, and I definitely don't regret buying them, because over the years I've collected quite a few Hello Kitty shoes, including some Hello Kitty Converse and Hello Kitty Doc Martens, and yeah, again, they kind of speak to my inner child, so I definitely don't regret buying them. It's kind of like unlocked this part of me to enjoy other things, material things, opposed to handbags. Another subcategory of my vase addiction is finding vases that look like handbags and miniature shoes. I've been really trying to find in the thrift store as well vases that look like bags, because subconsciously I really desperately want to buy a designer bag, but the vase that looks like a bag is much more affordable, and I think it's a real, I guess it's kind of like the way I'm feeling right now. For some reason I just need to buy a bag, but yeah, for some reason the bag vase has a similar effect on me, and again, not as expensive, looks really cool. So far I've found 2 in the thrift store, and yeah, I'm trying to find more actually, but I've been looking on like Etsy and eBay, and they tend to go for a lot more than like in the thrift store. So I'm going to keep looking for like bag vases and miniature shoes, because I think they're really cute as well. I've just been enjoying, like, I guess things that I used to be more into, like before I was into designer bags. I used to like more like, you know, collecting Hello Kitty and just like silly sneakers and you know, things that didn't cost a fortune. I was really into collecting stationery and cute stickers, and these things never sent me broke, to be honest, guys. Like, I could collect things, but I didn't have to be spending like tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm trying to kind of go back to that, because I love collecting things, guys. I love little pleasures in life. I love smelling a perfectly smelling rose. I love looking at a beautiful gemstone and staring into the interesting patterns that it makes. I love staring at beautiful handmade glassware pieces. Like, there's just things that I love to look at in life, and handbags are just as beautiful, especially Hermes bags. They're beautiful works of art, but I'm trying to enjoy beautifully made things, you know, at a cheaper price, because, you know, I could continue to keep buying bags, but it reaches a point where you gotta kind of take a little break. So let me know, are you somebody, if you go like low buy, do you just cut out all the unnecessary things from your life, or are you someone like me and you always need to buy just a little bit of something? Because I think if you're a little bit addicted to shopping, to go completely cold turkey can sometimes send you into like a spiral, and you just like, you can go all or nothing. And I'm trying to still enjoy my life and enjoy these little luxuries in life without spending, you know, as much as I was. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys on my next one. And let me know, do you have any low buy tips as well? See you next time.